everyone say hi to Walter. Walter introduces you all to episode 14 of my survival world. Like the video for Walter. Look at him. He's just a little guy. But last episode, I streamed like 90% of that episode. And it was actually a lot of fun. I don't normally stream, so kind of challenged myself to commit to something like that for an entire episode. And it was a great time. I really enjoyed like hanging out with you all and talking about random stuff and exploring, and it was a good time. Like, the main essence of last episode was just to explore. I just wanted to see what I could find in this world. I was kind of hoping to find a desert, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I actually included that in the video or not, like me talking about it, but that was like kind of the goal that I set for myself, like the personal goal. But then things changed once I found the sniffer eggs. So I found 2 sniffer eggs in my travels, and those sniffers hatched into Boris and into Jonathan over here. Now, after I found those eggs, I kind of changed my plan of action. I decided to head home, and then I built this. We have a nice little sniffer enclosure now for Boris, Jonathan, and their kid, who is unnamed at the moment. I don't know if I'll ever name the kid. We'll figure it out, I guess. But yeah, we have a nice little enclosure now to gather up these pitcher pods and the torch flower seeds, a little storage area back here too, a little water trough. It's nice. And then the custom tree is in this enclosure as well. That was the tree for the episode. All in all, it was a great time. But I do have to say that during those few streams, I want to say it was 3 streams it took me to record that episode, I got like 100 YouTube members. It was wild. So, I'm gonna name 50 of them here to start this episode. I didn't want to name all 100. That just seemed excessive. So, I'm gonna name 50, and I've actually already done that. I already recorded this section of the video, but then I forgot to export out my audio. So, I'm re-recording the whole thing. You know, whatever. I've been doing YouTube for so long, and I still do that somehow. But while I'm just running over to the membership hall, if you would like to become a Shram and get yourself cemented into this world forever, you can do so in the description down below. Click the link, and it'll direct you to become a Shram. You can pick a block to be named after, and thrown in this building. It is not completely decorated yet. I did have to expand because of all the new YouTube members, but, you know, I'll decorate this at some point here in the future. I have said this plenty of times already, but, you know, I'm not allowing people to be named after blocks that I can only get one of. I'm going to add to that list as well, so along with blocks that I can only get one of, I'm not going to be naming subscribers or YouTube members after blocks that are just incredibly rare to find. For example, like, you know, a notch apple, or like a heavy core, or like the blue axolotl or something. Like if I put that in a bucket, I'm gonna take out all of those blocks as well. You can make it a block that's hard to get. I don't mind that, but something that's just really, really rare and completely based on RNG that I might never find, I don't want to make it one of those blocks. So with all of that out of the way, now let me introduce you to 50 of the new YouTube members. Here we go. What are the chances I can do this in one take? Probably not very good. We have JC, Marcel, call me Eloni. I'm already messed up, I think. Eloni. I think it's Eloni. Maybe. They told me how to pronounce it. I forgot. Eloni. Yeah. We also have Alex. We have Carmsy, Tobin Dean, KU Savannah, Flying Tamale, Cody, Triple Quad, Daimi, Gremlin, Jeff, Danny Davis, Sakura-chan, GT, Katie with a smiley face. Also, Katie's supposed to be a blue orchid. I don't have any right now, so I just use this cornflower. Hopefully that's good enough for the time being. I have put Katie up in the starter house. Let me also kill this creeper. I put Katie up in the starter house to remind me to actually get a blue orchid down the line. I have to go back to the swamp at some point anyway to get some frogs. So probably when I'm over there, I can get the blue orchid. That'll be at some point in the future. We have Boodle, Dame_Uriel, Artemis, Hot Ben with Friends, Skylar the Grape, Luis944, Greed, Revna Sifsin. I'm on a pretty good roll right now. I think it's over here. We got, hold on, all the way up here. We have Michelle, Bat_Tech419. These are hard to read. Why did I make this so high? Dustin, Metalfire425, Octana, Bluish Kitten, Amy Abernathy, Terra Zero, Teehee31, Andrew, Simply Butler, Stale Bread. I thought there was numbers after that. There's not. Rob TM, Kyrox, Lord Mech, Emir, Vic, Alex Berry, Obnoxious Rex, J Bud Knows, Clarabelle, Mutant Polar Bear, Marianne, Liam Rayner, Jerry Gettings, and Chill Macho. I think I did that in one take. Look at me go. I also feel like there's a chance that I've already named Amir something. I looked earlier and I couldn't find it, but I feel like I remember saying that name another time. Like, I can remember thinking of Attack on Titan when I read it. I know it's not spelled the same, but still. I swear. But I guess if Amir, you got 2 blocks named after you. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It didn't say they rejoined, so I don't know. Whatever, I can't find it. Oh, also, I think this block is renamed. So now this Dark Oak plank is renamed to the Milkman. I would also like to say, I'm sure I messed up either on the spelling of something or like a block someone wanted who's on the wall now. I'm sure I messed up with those 50 new members. This took me like an hour just to name the members. I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not. Just putting it out there that it took me a minute. I probably messed something up. So if anything was wrong with your block or with the spelling of your name or just with whatever name I wrote down for you, you can let me know in the comments and I'll try to get that fixed here in the near future. It might not be next episode. It might be the one following, considering I'm going to name 50 more, I think, YouTube members next time. But we'll get there. We'll get there in the end, for sure. The big reason why I got so many YouTube members in those streams was because of Dr. Throw. So Dr. Throw accounted for like 80 of those gifted memberships or something like that. It was pretty ridiculous. They also want to be named a block, and it's this sign right here. I'll read it when I wake up. I'm going to make them a netherite block. That's what they ask. I was kind of going back and forth on if I wanted to actually make the netherite block a block that you guys could pick, considering I was kind of vetoing some of the other ones there. But I think I'll make this like a special exception to my rule a little bit, just because Dr. Throw, donated so many of those memberships. I'm also going to be building them a fountain. We kind of decided this in the stream, but I'm going to put a fountain in the middle of the YouTube member hall over there, and maybe I'll have like a sign on it or something that is like it's there for Dr. Throw. You know how at universities and colleges and stuff, there's like benches or like buildings that like are named after certain people because they donated a certain amount of money? Think of it that way. But now let's get to the actual point of this episode, the build for today. I want to build a forest. I've never built a forest before, so I'm gonna need a little bit of help. That's a bit of foreshadowing. But anyway, yeah. So I want to build a forest, and I want to put it over here. I think a forest in between these mountains in this little valley would look really cool. And once I eventually like expand this way, I don't really have plans for that yet, but I'm sure it'll happen. Once I do that, I think this forest will break up my starter area, and then whatever I build over here very, very nicely. I'm thinking a nice, dense, like spruce forest with like a path going through it could be sick for this episode. I'm also thinking I'm going to put a cabin in the middle of it. I don't know if there'll be any like functional use to the cabin, but I just think aesthetically it'll look really, really cool. Just one singular cabin in this dense forest. I think that would be a cool little vision. But this area needs a lot of work. Like a lot of work. And that's what I'm going to start doing right now. I'm going to terraform this entire area. I really don't want to do this, I'm not going to lie, because like, dude, this cave opening is huge. I don't know if I'm going to just continue the mountain all the way down or level off the grass and then continue the mountain. I really have no plans at the moment. Oh, that's pretty cool. That goes all the way through. Maybe I'll have to do something with that later. But for now, I'm just going to level off a lot of the land here. We're going to cover up all these little caves, and then I'll have to figure out something to do for this. And I'm going to do that in a time lapse for 2 reasons. The first reason is I feel like me commentating terraforming would be incredibly boring to watch. And also, I think terraforming time lapses look really, really satisfying. So let me turn up the music a little bit, and let's cut it to a terraforming time lapse. Alright, so now this area looks a lot better, and I can definitely imagine some trees going here. Way better than I could have before. I'm hoping I do still have enough room here to build up a whole bunch of trees and still put a cabin in the middle. I think I'll be fine. I can probably line this like whole area with trees and I think it'll fill out nicely. I did start working on this mountain a little bit as well. I'm out of stone though at the moment, so I think I'll continue to work on this whenever I get more. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. I'm just kind of slowly creeping up to have it connect up to here. I'm gonna have to probably do the same around this bend as well, but I think it'll end up looking fine. I'm not really great at making mountains. I've never, honestly done it before, but I think this is a pretty decent start. It's now time though to build some trees. And I would like to phone a friend to help me out with this. And I think he should be arriving at spawn here pretty shortly. So let me go grab Ghost and we can go pick up my friend, SimplyKnight. Oh, hey.
Hey,
I brought you a horse.
I see that.
Here.
It's nice.
I'd bring it up there, but the lead's probably gonna break.
I'll come down.
That's what took me so long.
How do you know where you're going?
I've been around these parts many times.
Okay.
Like I said, I couldn't find the stat, but I've died a bunch. Usually takes me a while. I usually die again on the way home just to replenish my food.
That's wild.
Yeah, there's a couple of villages along the way, and those iron golems don't like me. I've been punching them.
That one over there, they have like your face on a poster. Just do not let this guy into the village. Man, you are not popular in these villages.
No, yeah, nah.
Just stealing everything.
Nah, yeah, they're gone. Yeah, I think I even let out pretty sure I let out the animal that was here too. Just like out of spite, like for no reason.
Literally open the door,
yeah.
You just let it.
Like villagers can't do that, so that was definitely me.
Are we sharing a cubby?
Yeah, you can park him in there. That's only horse stables I have. All right. Anyway, this is it. What do you think?
Colorful.
It is, right?
It is.
Wow.
Everything looks so tied together already, man.
Let me introduce you to everyone. All right, we got Ishigaki. All right, we got Mangrove.
What's up, Mangrove? Swamp?
Yeah.
Mangrove
That's his
Swamp.
Middle name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In parentheses.
yeah.
Those are included.
We got Phantom, my boy.
Hey, Phantom.
Yeah,
What's up?
Man, it feels weird having someone else here. It's usually just me.
Yeah, you're just talking to yourself normally now. Yeah,
it is Walter.
There's a reason to talk. Hey, Walter.
And this Enderman wasn't supposed to be here, but that just kind of happened.
It looks like he's holding him.
He kind of does. Aw. That's actually kind of
He's like, wait, it looks like he's riding his back. Do you see that? Am I crazy?
He kind of does. It's
He's
like on
like
his shoulders.
piggybacking. Yeah.
Look at that, bro. That advancement's all yours, man.
That's the fastest I've ever gotten diamonds before.
That actually might be fastest ever. Did you check?
Fastest ever. No, hold on. Let me Google it. I don't think Walter likes me. Walter won't look at me. Oh, well, it's because you looked at me. What? No.
All right.
You are a speedrunner. I've never seen anybody place chess that fast before.
That actually might be fastest ever. What do you think?
Yeah, hold on. Let me Google it.
Fastest time to play 6 chests. Watch this. You ever see someone play scaffolding this fast? Ready?
I think I've seen better. wait. Oops, I just took a screenshot. One sec.
Wow, delete that, man. You can't believe you took a screenshot of my world.
I'm sorry.
You can't be leaking my stuff.
Get that out of here. We even look at each other when we wake up. That's strange.
That's actually how me and my fiance wake up every morning. We just get up
Pop out of bed and stare at each other for like 5 seconds.
And then we break our bed and then we go about our day.
What sizes were we doing? Big and tall? Or wait.
We could probably have a decently big one. So if this one's like 17 blocks tall, right? Maybe we have one that's like, I think 30 would be too much probably. Maybe like 25 to 30. We can have.
I'm gonna be okay. Yeah. So I want to like it depending on how big these trees are and how many leaves you install. If how many leaves you put in.
Yeah.
It could take up to like 45 minutes per tree. So take that into account on the size of how you want these. If you want it to be more reasonable, we can slack on some of the details a little bit.
Big.
Okay. Well, it's your life.
Hey, bro, I just need the idea, right? And then you can go off and do your own thing. I'll deal with this.
Yeah, no, I'm not suffering here. It's you.
Yeah.
typically, oh, that's not where my normal keybind is. Typically, when I build, I kind of get like a base of start, so I know where I want the tree to kind of have that little bit of lean to it.
Sure.
I don't like that personally, but I'm going to take your word for a lot of this. So this is your world. I want you to figure out what you like and don't like. So this, typically, if it's a big stump tree kind of thing, I go big on the outside, and then I'll do like little bip, bip kind of things just everywhere. And this is big. This is for the big tree.
Okay,
That's
okay,
what this would be.
I was going to say, this would be a beefy,
this is the big
tree.
one. This is the big one.
This is the shrub.
This is just to put a leaf on the top of this. So then I kind of honestly just keep it simple and go up until I find a comfortable height.
Okay.
And how tall am I right now? It took another screenshot. I gotta move that button.
Down here is 89.
This is 103. So
man.
it's
14. Man, I majored in math. I'm great.
Thank goodness. I don't know how to count. So 15, and then maybe a couple leaves at the top. How does that look? Is this medium size? Big size?
That seems medium.
Okay. Do you like the stump?
I feel like that works. Yeah, because I mean, I could put a couple, obviously, stairs and whatnot on there. Maybe extend.
Oh wait, I don't have feather falling. Oh.
You would have spawned at spawn again. Here.
Hold on. I'm gonna put my bed down and actually stay. I'm gonna get out of the shot.
You're gonna be here a while, so.
Yeah. So it really does start out like this simple, bare bones, kind of get the shape you want. And this does seem like a medium tree. And I think that this thickness, honestly, is a pretty decent size for what we're going for. Yeah. The next step is to kind of, it really is pretty simple, but this is where it gets really frustrating, is to go through with all these little doodads. And similar to how you already do it, genuinely, the way you build trees is like pretty much how everybody builds trees.
How do you do do you know how to do the thing? If you're in your inventory, right? Yeah. You know, I know you can obviously click on the thing and drag and drop it off, and then that drops it. But you could just like, okay, you hit Q on one block, you drop it. There's a way to do it where you could drop the whole stack.
Control.
Is it control? Oh my, dude, I've been trying to figure that out for so long. Wow.
Honestly, there's still things I don't know. Like there's people that they click over everything, but it looks like they're not clicking. They're just like hovering their mouse and it just automatically puts everything into a chest. I don't know how they do that. That's a mod. Is it?
Yeah. I have that installed.
Oh.
It's amazing.
I thought you guys were all just like,
no, it's a
you
mod.
knew something I didn't know. Okay.
It's I forgot what it's called.
But... Can I have those?
Oh. Wait, let me do the new thing now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, something like that. And then you kind of just go around and add branches and stuff.
Yeah,
genuinely what you do. It's you pretty much have. Then I like to add nope, not that. Add little bits like this with fence gates to kind of give it more.
All right. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Of a branchy look. And as you go up, it's mainly kind of the same thing, except you're trying to get a lot of awkward, goofy angles into it.
I was going to say, are you a big diagonal branch guy?
I was just about to make one, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the problem with that tree over there as well. There's no diagonal branches in that first one.
From this distance, it really doesn't look that bad, man.
I think the closer you get, the more you're like, oh yeah, that's just like in the four directions.
From left, right, and up.
Yeah.
And
left, right, and up, all four directions.
All four of them. Oh, bunk beds. Let's go.
That's how we do it over here.
Where are we going to spawn?
Oh.
So this weird little thing right here.
Yeah.
We might change it, but typically what I like to do is have, and again, it's going to look weird without the leaves on it, but having that little height difference there, maybe this is not a good angle.
I see what you're saying.
That just kind of breaks up some of the, like the space there. It kind of adds in between detail.
Okay.
Typically kind of makes sense. It doesn't really make sense, but when there's a leaf on top of it, you'd be like, oh, it's just a branch. Right now, it's just a floating stick. But
yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
It's a lot of that. It's a start. I mean, again, the branches are pretty big on how the rest of your tree is going to go, but it can kind of guide the leaves, and then you might not like the way that, that fence right there is sticking up. So you might get rid of it, and it comes together once you kind of work through it. And honestly, once you put the leaves in and you're like, oh, I hate that, it kind of puts a picture in your mind of how you want it to look, you know? Which is why I spend a lot of time, like I'll build the branches like this, and then I'll put the leaves on and be like, that just seems like too heavy on one side, or something like that. It doesn't feel balanced, or maybe I could add more detail somewhere. So it's a lot of build it up, tear it down, build it up, tear it down until it kind of fits what you're trying to do. Also, something I totally forgot, which now that I'm looking at it, I can see a problem. As you go up a tree like this, you typically want it to kind of get shorter in branches.
Yep.
And I forgot that this is a very small tree.
I was going to bring that up at some point, but I was letting you cook.
Yeah. Don't. I wing it half the time.
That's my whole thing. That's the whole essence of this series, man.
That's fair.
I don't plan anything. We just go. While we go grab some leaves, Simply, you want to tell them about today's sponsor?
I forgot every product that exists.
I forgot every product that exists.
And the top is super simple, in my opinion. Just kind of do something like that. I don't know what it looks like, but probably like that. Get some different height variations, fill in some spots, make some branches kind of stick out.
Yes.
In places.
Yeah, not like cover up the branches completely. I've been trying to get better at that too, like leaving some more air pockets and whatnot.
Yeah, air pockets are good, especially if you're not making those super bushy type of leaves, branches.
All right, everybody watching, if I land this, you not only have to like this video, but you have to subscribe to Simply. I place my scaffolding. If I land this, you not only have to subscribe to me and like the video, but subscribe to SimplyKnight. Look at him down. Wait, where is he? Look at him down there. He believes in me. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a spin. I placed it, dude. I placed it, and I was crouched.
There goes all of my subscribers.
All right, now everyone dislike the video.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Dude, I placed it, and I was holding crouch. How did I not crouch on that?
That was pretty dramatic. I'm gonna be, from my perspective, like that was. I might have to go to therapy for that. That was tough.
Oh, that's nice though.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah, look at that go. Ooh.
That is nice.
Wow. All right.
Can't wait for that to fall for the next 5 minutes.
I know, right? Everyone's gonna be proud of me though. I set my spawn before I did that.
Yeah, you don't have to walk back from spawn.
I never set my spawn before I do that. So
honestly, I think for how small this tree is, it might be. Yeah, that's perfect actually. I think for how small this tree is, you might not need like this to go up as high as it does.
I was just thinking that as well. I wonder if I could, like...
it can definitely be skinnier now that we're looking at it like fully up. It can have like maybe 1 or 2. I think with your texturing skills, this is gonna look awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Especially once you get everything in here.
This area is gonna look cool. I'm excited for this. Yeah, man. This whole forest, dude.
I'll give you all your stuff back on a loan system.
Oh, sure, man.
I got some bones. I don't know where those came from.
Here, you could keep something. You can keep something. You can keep. Keep this for your troubles.
All right.
And then next time you're here, you'll have a diamond axe.
All right.
Whenever I call upon you again to build me another kind of tree.
Yeah, another tree.
I built a lot of trees. There's a bunch here now. But I think they look pretty cool. And I'm actually pretty proud of them. So, let's take a look. These are all the trees I built since I was last on camera. I don't know exactly how the time lapses are going to work. I think I'll probably throw together a time lapse of a couple of the taller trees, but I don't want to just like overrun the video with time lapse footage, so I'll figure out some balance. But anyway, yeah, we have this little like forest now. I don't know if this is technically a forest. I don't know if it's dense enough to be considered that, but it's a forest to me, okay? And you can still see I have this outline of where the cabin is going to go, and I think this is going to be really, really cool. So, along with a couple of these really tall trees, I have a few other smaller ones. Of course, this is the one that SimplyKnight helped me build. Huge shout out to him. Thank you so much for joining this world. Everybody give him some love over on his channel. So yeah, this is the one that he helped me build. I still think this is probably the best one here. I don't know. He just has a way with placing leaves, I guess. I built a couple other like tiny ones trying to mimic that style. I don't really think I captured it completely, but still, I think I did a decent job. I do really like the big ones. I think the tall trees turned out pretty well. And I think like, especially from a little bit deeper, like it looks really cool. It kind of does look like a forest to me. And once we get this little cabin built up, it's going to be even better. That's what I'm going to start working on now. I kind of want to put up the cabin, figure out some design for that. I'll build that here on camera. And then I kind of just want to go through and add like the finishing details to this forest. And then we're pretty much done. Let me go over like a couple details that I would like to add. Also, these guys do not leave me alone. I've encountered them like 6 times building up these trees. So, okay, anyway, there's this waterfall here. I think I want to eventually have it cascading down the entire mountain. But just for this video, I think I might extend this into like a really small like creek that kind of runs through the path and then maybe settles into like a little pond over here or something. Then I'm thinking maybe like a little bridge going over that could be cute. And also, don't mind the mobs. This area is not lit up under here. I'll do that in a second. But that's one of the main aspects I want to add. I want to extend this little creek going all the way throughout. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't want to make it huge. I don't want to like a riverbed in here or anything like that. Just a small stream of water, I think could be super nice. And then I want to run through and add some really small trees. So we have these like medium ones here. We have the really tall ones. I'm thinking we can add some trees that are mainly like just fences as the tree trunk. And then just a couple leaves scattered across, maybe some bushes as well that are even smaller than those, and just a couple other pieces of like foliage to really finish off this look. And then of course the main pathway going throughout this area is not going to look like this forever. I will widen this out and make it look a lot better. I don't know if I'm going to keep just the path block or if I will like work in some other blocks as well, just to kind of switch it up. Haven't really decided just yet. I do want to throw some like coarse dirt in this area for sure. I think around like the base of the trees could look pretty cool. I don't have any rooted dirt, or else I would add that too, but maybe that's something we can add later. And I think we should probably have a villager living back here. I don't know what kind of profession they'll have, but I think this is just a good spot for one. So that's the basic idea here for the rest of this video. For now, let me go grab some materials to start working on this cabin. And I've been going back and forth for a while on the color palette for this. It's not going to be like anything huge. It's not going to be a massive build. It shouldn't take me all that long, but man, I cannot figure out the color palette. I think I'm just going to start with like some tuff and maybe some mossy cobblestone and moss blocks and stuff like that and kind of go from there. I kind of wanted to make it like a wooden cabin, but I'm afraid that the spruce wood will just blend in too much with all the trees I just built. I think like the tough and stony feel will work a little bit better. Maybe I can use spruce for the roof, but even then that might even blend in too much. So this is definitely going to be some trial and error, but let me grab a whole bunch of stuff. All right, I got my fiance here with me. Quick intermission, okay, before we get into the builds. Quick intermission. Let's say hi.
Hello.
All right, she's gonna answer one question from one of the previous videos. Most of these are pertaining to me, but it's all right. She's gonna answer that one anyway. Question @live_SC4US says, do you deal with negative comments? If so, how do you deal with it? You can answer that in any way you want.
I'm not a YouTuber, so I don't really get negative comments.
And there you have it. It's cabin time. All right, so here we go. This is the part of the video where I just start cabining everywhere. Anyway, let's start building here. I got a whole bunch of like stone stuff, got a little bit of moss on me as well. I wanted to grab some more like regular stone, but I only have 20. I don't know if I'll use it, but we'll see. I have a little bit of deep slate here because the top texture of deep slate looks really nice next to some tuff. It's like a shade darker, and I really like how that looks. So just for starters, I'm gonna throw down some tuff, and we're gonna kind of outline this whole build and get the whole dimensions down to what I want. So I kind of put like a basic outline here before, but I don't know if I want to follow that exactly. So that's 7 blocks across. That's probably wide enough. I just don't know if this is like far enough over. It might be. This isn't going to be a big build at all. I want to get better at building in a smaller scale. And I feel like that's probably big enough. Yeah, that'll fit nicely in here, I think. Let's go with this shape. I think I'm going to have some kind of like covered awning sort of section just out in this way, just to add a little bit of, interest to the shape. So let me work on one of these walls. And for starters, I'm just going to put all the same block, and then we'll come back through and texture this up. This should work for the height. I'm going to break in a door, probably like here-ish. All right, that probably works. And then can we have like windows over here? Yeah, I can have a 2x2 window right here. That's perfect. Love me a good 2x2 window in a cabin like this. So with the door, do I have my stone cutter anywhere? I do. So with the door, I want to use some walls. And for now, I'm just going to use just regular tough walls. Again, we'll come back through and texture this whole thing. I want to outline it like this, just to add a little bit more depth to that doorway. And do I have a spruce door on me? I don't think I do. Does this connect to the wall? It does not. I suppose I could just do this. That works. That still has that little bit of depth there. Makes it a little interesting. I don't mind that. And I think once we texture it up, it'll look a lot better. All right, so that's going to be like the front of the cabin. I think that looks pretty good, for the size of this thing. So let me run through and actually texture this up. I've been working on the texturing here on this building for longer than I'd care to admit, honestly. For a building this small, it's taken me a little bit of time to get this kind of design, but I think I'm finally comfortable with this. For a while, I just had the tuff, the deep slate, and the mossy stuff, and I felt like it was missing something. So I incorporated a little bit of this basalt here in the top left corner to make it like really dark, and I think that helped quite a bit, honestly. My kind of idea is that I'm trying to mimic like the shadow that the trees would be causing. The issue with that is like, if the sun were where it is right now, for example, like this tree wouldn't really be causing this type of shadow. I was kind of imagining it as if the sun was like there-ish. So like the light beam was coming diagonally this way, and then that was kind of casting a bit of a shadow here. And then like these blocks down here would probably also be in the shadow, if I'm being honest, like in another pretty dark section. So let's darken that up a little. That looks pretty good. I kind of like this. And I don't want it to be too symmetrical, because then it looks weird. Then it looks like you're going for like a design rather than a shadow. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, we're going to cook with this. I'm going to cook with this idea, and I'm going to try to mimic that in a couple different spots around this building. So I guess let's see what I can do. Okay, so if you ignore like this left wall, this wall looks really strange, but if you ignore this one for now, I think the rest of this thing is textured up actually pretty well. So of course we saw the front face of the building, the side over here, just kind of some mossy bits, like nothing too crazy over here just yet. But then this back side is kind of like the front. I have this little darker section over there, trying to capture like the shadow from this tree that would potentially be casting down. So I think it looks cool. I'm hoping that this paints the picture that I'm going for, and I kind of feel like it does, just looking from back here. I think it kind of has that effect. So I'm going to start working on the roof, and I feel like this roof is going to be very, very simple. So I do want to come through and use fence gates, at least on like every other one here on this roof, to kind of like support it a little bit better. Let me pillar up here to the top, and I feel like we might just go with a very basic like stair roof for this building. Now, I've seen a lot of people make roofs lately where they like don't overhang it. And honestly, I do not know if I'm confident enough in my building capabilities to go through with that, but let's see. Kind of want to incorporate just a little tiny window up here too. But I don't really know how to do that too well. That doesn't look bad. Could potentially do something like that. And then maybe we just kind of like slab the whole way across. Let me bring in a block out actually. That might look a little bit nicer. That kind of looks nice. I sort of like that. I wonder if this building is a little bit too small, but I feel like it's not. Like it's just a little cabin, you know? I'm gonna throw spruce on the backside here. And then we also light this up on the inside. The inside looks atrocious. There's a lot of random blocks that don't need to be here. I'll take care of those in a second. All right, so that's all filled in now. I might texture up this roof a little bit more too. I mean, right now it's just spruce. I don't really know what to mesh this with, but I'll work on that later. I want to just get the shape of everything kind of down. I kind of like this, dude. It's tiny. It's a little guy. but I think it's kind of adorable. And then, yeah, I didn't overhang it on the side. Do I want to? Let's try it out, man. Like, I don't know. A lot of good builders are not overhanging it on the side. I'm not sure how I feel about the sides there. I'm gonna try to do something that good builders do. You know? Even if it doesn't look good. All right? I'm gonna commit to it. I think I'm gonna go with the not overhang. I'm gonna try to get a little weird with it, though. All right, so bear with me. That's way too many signs. I didn't mean to make nearly that much, but oh well. Okay, what if I do this? For a build this size, this could potentially work as like a small amount of depth for the overhang. And then I also wanted to come through here and kind of darken up like at least a section of this roof. And absolutely do not mind the interior here right now. Okay, these are all like temporary blocks. Just don't think about it too much, all right? I'll get rid of these. Okay, so what if we like put some basalt up there and then a little bit of deep slate kind of trickling down like that maybe? Does that look weird? It's hard to tell because there's a tree in my way. Who built this? Like, why? Who put that there? I kind of feel like this works. Ooh, that looks good from there. We're gonna cook with this design, okay? We're doing it. I'm committing to it. I also kind of like the signs down here, so we're gonna do that. Yeah, okay, okay. All right, we're cooking. I don't know if I'm cooking well, but we're doing something. Dude, I'm so unsure about this, but I'm gonna test myself. I'm just gonna put it out there. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how this is received. This could look like complete butt to you guys, but it also might not. I'm gonna start working on a little outside section, and we're gonna have this off to this side of the building, to like the left if you're looking at the front. So how do I want to do this? Ooh. I was going to use these mud brick walls, but I'm worried that might look too similar to like the trees here, you know? So what if we do tough walls instead? Those are going to connect. Let's not do that. Maybe I can just move this. I think out to like here would be nice. I don't want to make this big at all. So let's go like 2 blocks up. Honestly, that might even be enough. And then, oh, I need some trapdoors. I'm probably going to use some trapdoors for this. I wonder if I could do this. Hold on, wait. How do I need to do this? Will this look too weird? It might not. That actually might look pretty good. Maybe I take away... Hold on. I think I'm going to take away these 2. Yeah. And then we trapdoor that, maybe? Not trapdoor. Fence gate? Hold on. I can't really see. Sleep time. You can't really see it. There's a tree in the way. But it works. I think that works. I wonder if I can do something over here on this side. Just something very, very tiny. Even smaller than that. Just to add a little bit more length to this building, you know? Okay, yeah. Dude, we're cooking with this. Man. Huh. Who is this guy? I don't know, dude. He might be the best. I'm thinking I could just kind of fill this up with like barrels and chests on these sides. Just to kind of have some like outdoor storage for this place. And I think same as the other one. I'm going to take these 2 away. And just get... a little bit of fence gate action. That's the wrong way. Hold on. That works. That works out well. I like the height difference between the left one and the right one. Okay, I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. Let's start working on the rest of the exterior decoration, like the windows and whatnot. And I think, even though this build is pretty tiny, I think I'm going to make these walls 2 blocks thick. I'll figure out what I want for the interior block here in a second. But the reason I want to do that is because I want to do... the same like window design it did. I'm gonna fly all the way over here. I don't know why. I could have just put it down and showed you, but whatever. We're here now, I guess. I want to do this window design with the scaffolding and then the fence behind it. So we're gonna put 2 pieces of scaffolding just like that, and then can I just put a fence here? Oh, I can. Cool. And then something like that, and then like the interior here will come to that fence length. Oh wow, it looks great in here, man. Look at this. Look at that. So cool. But yeah, I think something like this will look really nice from the outside. And it does. Wow. Okay, I gotta stop gassing myself up so much, dude. I built a really small house. This isn't that crazy. I think this is a really good time for the campfires. For like the window cover. I think that'll fit into this house perfectly. So let me go actually grab some campfires. Let's do that. Bada boom, bada bing. And then let's do some of that. Yeah, it's nice. I think that works. We could probably throw down a few like decoration blocks in front of it, or just like around it. Got a couple beehives here as well. Love me some beehives. Some decorated pots, because why not? Yeah, it's probably good for now. I might throw a little bit of spruce action around here too, but for starters, let's just kind of, maybe not next to each other. Let's throw down a couple beehives, a bookshelf. Maybe that goes on the inside. I'll throw down a chest. I don't have any barrels. How could I not have any barrels? You know, the cool thing about these pots is you can put a lantern in there. So that's kind of nice. Could maybe throw in a little bit of foliage. Got a couple more of these azalea leaves. Very nice. Let's actually destroy this sign. I'm going to kind of just throw in a couple. Nothing wild, but just a little bit to cover up that left side. And then let's plop in a couple barrels as well. Barrels always look good. Maybe a chest on top of the barrels. And then actually, let's destroy this one. And put another beehive. I don't think that's too much stuff. I think that's pretty good, actually. We're going to put a couple barrels in here, of course. Also, a few chests. Because that's kind of what that's for, like some outdoor storage. Probably the same back here. Throw a couple composters down back here as well. Maybe some more of these decorated pots. Yeah, that looks cool, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm doing anymore. Just kind of going off of vibes here, not going to lie. I don't think it has to make sense, you know? I'm just kind of throwing stuff down. I feel like we could use a window up here. Yeah, I think I could use a window up there. Let me do that. I just keep seeing different things that I want to add. I should probably like cut myself off soon, but not yet. Window. And then let's continue that same design, I suppose. It's a pretty simple design, but it works. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Let me just throw the window on the little roof thing, whatever this is actually called. I'm pretty sure there's a name for this. I don't know what it is. That's a little cabin. That works. That works for the vibe I was going for. Just a little cabin tucked in these woods. All right, the interior now, though. I think I'm going to do one of the most simple interiors you've probably ever seen. So, here we go. For starters, let me line the bottom here with these tough bricks. On top of that, just going to throw some regular tough. I'm not going to texture the interior here that much. Probably really at all, if I'm being honest. There's a very good chance I do not make these windows accessible up here. Very strong chance. Is that blocking anything? No, okay. Very strong chance I do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to put like a basic ceiling on here. And then the same kind of floor. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's bad guys down here. Because this is not lit up at all. And look at that. It's good. Kind of. Bookshelf. Maybe like a little thing up here. Little shelf in general up there could be kind of cool. Yeah, one of those guys. Sure. Lantern. Oh, dude. There's not much room, all right? That's my excuse, dude. I can't really put that much in there. I don't want any leaves. Yeah, actually, I do want some leaves. Change my mind immediately. And then we'll put SimplyKnight's bed in there. This is his little shack, I guess. Put a leaf like that. Cool. Where's the bed? This yellow one is his bed. Let's put it middle of the room. Yeah. Barrel. Sure. Chest. Yes. And I have a couple signs on me. Put a sign there. I need one more. I want to put a sign here too. I'll grab that here in a second, but for now, let me put another barrel. Because, of course, 2 more barrels. Lantern. And then... chest? Chest. That's probably it. I could potentially make a way to get up here. There's room for a ladder right here. But then that means I have to fill in the top, and I don't want to do that. Let's take a nap in the new cabin. I'm gonna call this done. It's good enough for me, man. I could survive in there for a while. But the video is not quite done yet. All right, there's one last thing I want to do to this area, and that's just add a little bit more to this environment. I think I'm going to be like equally as indecisive when I'm going through this area and decorating the rest, so I think I'm just going to cut away until I'm finished with all the decoration, and then I'll be back to kind of talk about what I did. So I will be right back. I thought it would be kind of fun to do like a little before and after type thing with this build. This is my backup world of my survival world. I back up the survival world after every single episode. So this is the world as of last episode, like the end of last episode. This is where I take all my thumbnails and stuff, if everyone was wondering. Anyway, this is what the area looked like at the start of the video. Man, it does not look good. And now, it looks so much better. I really like how this whole forest turned out. Obviously, huge shout out to SimplyKnight for helping me like design these trees a little bit. I'm pretty sure I could not have done this without his help, so I definitely appreciate it. But yeah, man, like this is the first like forest type build I've ever done. And I'm really happy with it. Very happy with this. Let me turn on some shaders here really quick. And then we can walk through this area in all of its glory. It's not the best lighting to show this off, but honestly, it might make it pretty cool looking. I don't know. Also, like, ignore the chests and the bed and stuff. I'll clean that up. I'll do that later. But yeah, so I went through and added like a little bit of coarse dirt by these trees and a little bit of podzol. Very small amount of podzol. Have a couple acacia saplings planted just to get a different like pop of green in here. It's like a slightly different like hue of green. I don't know if I'm using the right word there to describe the color, but you know what I mean. It's just a different vibe. I built up a couple smaller like spruce trees. Some of them have spruce leaves and some of them have like acacia and azalea leaves on them instead. I'm not gonna lie, I ran out of spruce leaves and didn't want to go gather more just for those small little trees. We have some even smaller trees, some like little bushes. Also a couple like knocked down trees as well, just a few logs kind of strewn about. Like I said, there's a bunch of coarse dirt, a couple different spots for lampposts. I didn't want to light this area up too much, because I think it kind of gives off a cool vibe when it's mostly dark. Also, there's a little water stream now coming down from that little waterfall. Doesn't look great. Honestly, the water here doesn't look great with these shaders, but whatever. Small little stream, little bridge to go over the stream. Also, there's still mobs under here. I might keep them. Just to make the forest a little bit spooky or something. I don't know. I probably won't keep them. I'm just lazy. But anyway, yeah, then the path kind of ends just over here. And a couple boulders as well. Kind of just threw those in. But I really like how this area turned out. I think the ambiance here is actually really cool. Ooh, this looks cool from over here with the sun peeking through. Also, I did see a creeper behind me at some point in the night. I don't know where it went. But this looks really cool with the sun rays peeking through. Wow. That's cool. I like that quite a bit. Man. What an episode, dude. What a build. I didn't think I'd be able to build something like this. I'm not gonna lie. I never really thought I'd be able to make a whole forest. But, dude, look how far I've come, like, making custom trees. Like, from the first few custom trees, they honestly were not very good. They're just, like, slightly upgraded, like, vanilla Minecraft trees. But all the way from there to here, but the leaves look weird. Don't mind those. Let me just turn off my bushy leaves here for a second. The trees don't look bad without them on, honestly. They don't look great. I probably could have made these better. Like, I might have been banking on the bushy leaves a little bit too much. But anyway, all I was trying to say is that, like, these trees have come a long way. And I'm very proud of this build for today. I hope you guys like it too. That is going to do it then for this episode. I still think this area could use a small amount of work. And what I mean by that is, like, the mountain over here still isn't finished. This little section, I have no idea what's going to go up there. But I'll worry about that a little bit later. Maybe when I get more plans for like this flower forest biome over here. Maybe that can be incorporated, like this spot. I don't know. I don't want to plan too far ahead just yet, so I'm comfortable with where the forest is for right now. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.